She was young, beautiful, and knew how to charm. Marcus had always held back because of her age. Tonight, I had just had an abortion. He couldn't wait to sleep with her. He even called me in the pouring rain to bring them condoms. Soaked, I delivered them. When I returned, I quietly packed my suitcase. Luna needs to start trying to conceive, please take good care of her. Thank you, Aunt. Marcus and Luna stood together. He was handsome and mature, she was delicate and alluring. I looked at the hickey on Luna's neck. Trying to conceive. It seemed the condoms I delivered in the rain last night weren't used. I turned to go back to my room and continued packing. As I went upstairs, Luna's sickly sweet voice asked, Uncle, does Aunt not want me to live here? Ignore her. Marcus's cold words rose in volume. If she won't let you in, then she can get out. I paused, then closed my door. That night, Marcus's low gasps and Luna's moans echoed throughout the mansion. I sat on the bed, looking at my wedding photos with Marcus many times over. Once upon a time, Marcus used to hold me in his arms. He said he loved me. He almost had a falling out with his family to marry me. He spoiled me, making me the object of everyone's envy. But 10 years had passed. Things were different now. Aunt, did we disturb you last night? Uncle kept telling me to be louder, so I had to listen to him. Did he used to be like that with you two in bed? Luna was leaning against my doorway, wearing a silk slip. The vivid red hickeys on her body were completely uncovered. 7 years ago, she was a poor girl who couldn't even afford food. In a secluded valley, she was as thin as a stick, a 13-year-old girl who looked no older than 10. At that time, Marcus had taken me to the mountains to sketch. Luna was by the river, being chased and beaten by her parents who showed favoritism towards boys. Simply because her 3-year-old brother liked to watch her get beaten, she cried out desperately for help, as her parents hit her with thin bamboo sticks. Her 3-year-old brother clapped his hands and laughed. I asked Marcus to save her. After learning about her situation, I paid to bring her out of the mountains. I found her a school and a place to live. My boundless care only led to my husband being taken from me. Aunt, why aren't you saying anything? Uncle was so rough last night. Do you think I might already be pregnant? I don't have experience. Can you teach me? What do you want me to teach you? Marcus and I haven't been as intimate in a year as you two were in one night. I stood up, met her gaze, and slowly said, I can't teach you. Pfft, Aunt, you're so funny. So, tonight, do you want to watch and learn by our bed? Uncle really knows a lot. Luna, with a feigned sweet voice, stepped forward. She looped her arm through mine. Aunt, don't be hostile towards me. I'm here to join you and Uncle. Isn't it nice for the three of us to be together? I sneered. I shook her hand off. Ah. Luna dramatically threw herself to the ground. Marcus rushed over. Luna cried mournfully, Uncle, Aunt is angry, what should I do? Please comfort her quickly. Marcus slapped me. It was sharp and loud. Half my face went numb with pain, and my left ear buzzed. Marcus looked at me expressionlessly. If your hands are so idle, I'll have them amputated. Luna needs to bear my child. If you dare to hurt her again, then get out. He bluntly told me to get out. He knew I wouldn't leave. He believed I couldn't live without him. My stomach was cramping, and I kept taking deep breaths. I had just had an ectopic pregnancy abortion yesterday. My body would ache whenever I got agitated. Luna hugged Marcus's arm. Uncle, why did you hit her? Aunt is getting old and unhappy, probably menopause, but it's okay, I just fell, it's nothing. She spoke earnestly and considerately. I doubled over, curling up in pain. A warm gush flowed out from beneath me. I opened my mouth, wanting Marcus to take me to the hospital, but no sound came out. Marcus took Luna's hand and walked out of the room. He commanded me in a low voice. Don't touch her again. I stayed in the hospital for 9 days. During those 9 days, Marcus didn't visit me once. Even when I was critically ill twice, he never came. When I was discharged, Chloe showed me a few screenshots. They were from Luna's Instagram posts. They had traveled to many places. Luna took selfies in various scenic spots, her expression mischievous, holding up 2 fingers in a victory sign. In every photo, Marcus stood not far away, admiring the scenery. He was wearing a black outdoor jacket, and though 32, he looked only 23. Luna captioned the photos with a playful tone. Uncle said he'd take me everywhere I wanted to go, but once we got to the sites, he only cared about looking at the scenery. What a bad boy. Another day of whirlwind travel with Uncle. I said I wanted to visit 3 cities in 10 days, and Uncle put down his work to accompany me for 10 days. I really love old men. The last screenshot was from today. 2 posts. Luna was wearing a white veil, with simple casual clothes. Marcus lifted her veil and kissed her in the glow of the sunrise. Luna wrote, "Does this count as a wedding?" The second post. A photo of a pregnancy test faintly showing 2 lines. Caption, "Early pregnancy confirmed, first try, and we hit the jackpot, Uncle is truly amazing." Marcus also posted on Instagram. The same picture. He wrote, "Our first child, Luna, and mine." Luna commented, "Uncle means we'll have many more?" Blushing face, "As long as you're willing." They were so open and blatant. It made me feel like I was invisible. Chloe asked me, "Aren't you going to do anything?" I managed a weak, pale smile. "Do you think I can?" I had already become a well-known joke. The original wife being publicly humiliated by the mistress. Yet everyone knew. I couldn't leave Marcus. But this time I truly was Leah. Ving. When and Luna returned, they brought me many gifts. He knew my preferences very well. The maid brought a large box of things to me. Luna smiled understandingly. "Aunt, these are all things Uncle carefully picked out. He's always thinking of you." I walked up to the box of things. Luna immediately opened it. "Bohemian-style dresses, Aunt, one for you and one for me. Mine is pink, yours is white. Uncle said pink is more delicate and suits me better, and you have more elegance. And hand-woven sun hats, all natural. Uncle really cares about you. He bought you herbal remedies from the local village. You just had an abortion, this is perfect for your recovery. Aunt, from now on, I'll brew it for you every day. You're getting old, you need to take good care of your health. And one more good thing, Aunt, I'm pregnant, so I'll have to trouble you to take good care of me from now on." Her tone was sickeningly sweet. I watched her implicitly defiant performance. I walked around the cardboard box. I went up to Marcus. "Marcus, the family dinner is at the Hayes estate tomorrow night." Marcus's attitude was indifferent. Luna was unhappy that her provocation was ignored. She tugged on Marcus's sleeve and pouted playfully. "Is it at the Hayes estate?" "Uncle, I want to go too. I've always wanted to see the back garden at the Hayes estate you mentioned earlier." I answered before Marcus did. "She can't go." "Why not?" Luna immediately pouted, looked up, and shook Marcus's hand. "I want to go, Uncle, I want to go." I stared at Marcus. "Have you forgotten the Hayes family rules, bringing a mistress to a family dinner?" Marcus's eyes were full of indifference. When he looked down at Luna, tenderness returned to his gaze. Luna's expression changed. She looked wronged. "But I'm already pregnant with Uncle's child, Aunt. You can't have children yourself, so are you going to stop Uncle's other children from entering the Hayes family? Isn't that going too far?" Her voice choked as tears streamed down her face. She lowered her head to wipe away her tears. Marcus stroked her hair. "You're carrying my child, of course you can go." Luna, however, shook her head. "I still won't go. Aunt doesn't want me to, so I'll just wait for you to come home. If I say you can go, then you can go. If she doesn't want to go with you, she can stay home." Marcus laid down the law. Luna slowly lifted her head, her eyes red, and smiled with a twinkle in her eye. She hugged Marcus around the waist. "Uncle, you're so good to me." After that, she hypocritically apologized to me. "Aunt, I'm pregnant and my hormones are fluctuating. My emotions were off just now, I didn't mean to argue with you." I ignored Luna. I stopped talking to her. In the middle of the night, I took a phone call in my room. "Ms. Grace, when will you be coming over?" I rushed out, immediately. The next evening, Marcus took Luna to the family dinner at the Hayes estate. After I returned, I hesitated for a few seconds. Then I drove over myself, following them. I needed to settle things with the Hayes family. When I arrived at the Hayes estate, everyone in the banquet hall had varied expressions. Marcus and Luna stood together, like a perfect couple. The family, who used to treat me with disdain, were now chatting and laughing with Luna. Luna's voice was shrill and bright, as if she was afraid no one would hear her. "Yes, I'm pregnant, Uncle won't let me drink, sorry about that." Marcus's aunt, chuckled merrily. "Already pregnant so fast, it's good to be young. People, they're like old hens, they stop laying eggs when they get old." The sarcasm in her tone was palpable. Everyone looked at me. Marcus also glanced at me, then told his aunt, "That's enough. Why can't I speak? My dear nephew, you've protected this old hen who can't lay eggs for so many years. If you had found a younger one earlier, your child would already be old enough to be in school." The woman's voice was loud. "Luan." I glanced at me, covering her smiling mouth with her hand. Marcus frowned slightly, his expression turning cold. "That's enough," he said again. Marcus's aunt's smile vanished, and she became serious. Luna looked at Marcus, then lowered her head, seemingly deep in thought. During the dinner, I sat alone in a corner, sipping a few mouthfuls of wine. My body wasn't supposed to have alcohol right now, but my heart was aching. A loved one gone, a lover's betrayal. I wanted to numb myself. I wasn't a heartless person. These past years, every time Marcus hurt me, it was like a sharp blade piercing my heart, one after another. In my chest, with every heartbeat, the pain was constant, forcing me to remain awake. This pain finally erupted today. That evening, Marcus took Luna to see his bedridden mother, Eleanor. His mother had been betrayed by her own husband and hated cheating men and notorious homewreckers the most. But when Luna announced her pregnancy, the woman, who didn't have long to live, changed her mind. She gave Marcus two options: divorce me and marry Luna, allowing the child in Luna's belly to be born legitimately, or make Luna get an abortion and send her away. Everyone in the Hayes family was eerily silent. They listened to this woman, an outsider who controlled the Hayes family assets, as if they were listening to a royal decree. Everyone held their breath, waiting for Marcus's answer. So did I. I remembered how Marcus had fallen out with his mother and almost alienated his relatives to marry me all those years ago. Back then, they said my father was a murderer and my mother was in a vegetative state. My marriage to Marcus would not help him at all. It would only hinder his development. Marcus had held me in his arms, covered my ears, and argued wildly with his relatives. It felt like yesterday. I thought he might still hesitate. I'll divorce Grace, he answered quickly and decisively. Someone snickered. A pair of 8-year-old twins from the Hayes family blinked their big eyes at me. Old hen that can't lay eggs, the children yelled gleefully. They dared to do this, no doubt taught by the adults. I stood amidst many people, as if separated from them by an invisible barrier. It had been like this ever since Marcus and I got together. Over the years, the barrier had never disappeared. Well, it's good. No need for me to waste any more words. Except for our marriage papers becoming divorce papers, nothing else will change. That night, Marcus stood by my bed, speaking. I looked up at him. Doesn't me changing from your wife to your mistress count as a change? Marcus was impatient. If you don't want to, you can leave. He was sure I wouldn't leave. He believed I couldn't live without him. I was silent for a long time. Marcus understood my thoughts too well. He seemed to explain, I need a child. If you won't give me one, someone else will. I can't have children, Marcus, you know this ectopic pregnancy, excuses. Grace, you're making excuses. We both know the truth. I'm not. It doesn't matter. Your words aren't trustworthy. If you're willing, stay. Everything I've given you won't change. If not, then leave. Marcus left the room. I glanced at the suitcase in the closet. I sat down on the bed. I would leave tomorrow. Marcus and I walked out of the courthouse. To speed up the process, I chose to leave with nothing. Marcus had no objections. He thought it was a fake divorce. Perhaps it was a rare moment of guilt, so he suggested taking me to a fashion show after we came out. Chanel, are you really not coming? I shook my head, no. The cool breeze of early autumn swept over me, carrying away the gloom that had clung to me for years. I looked at Marcus. From 18 to 32, 14 whole years passed, from when we fell in love to our painful entanglement. His features were more defined than in his youth, mature and stern. I, too, had changed from an innocent girl to someone with fine lines around my eyes. I didn't feel old. 32 should have been the best age. I'll have my assistant send the styles you like to the house. Marcus's tone was flat, seeming to take us back to when we first got married years ago. He handled everything for me. He knew the clothing styles I liked, the dishes I preferred, and protected me, not wanting me to suffer any harm. Marcus took my divorce papers. He reminded me, it's just one more divorce paper, nothing has changed. Then's phone call summoned him away. Luna's voice was sweet and tearful on the phone. Uncle, are you done with your business? I accidentally fell just now. I don't know if I hurt the baby. Can you come see me please? Marcus's gaze lingered on me for a moment. Then he had the driver take me back. He walked with long strides to hail a taxi. His departing figure overlapped with his younger self. The suit was replaced by a school uniform. But the one in the school uniform would come back after leaving, holding a bouquet of roses, begging me to be with him. The one in the black suit, however, was rushing to be with another woman carrying his child. I lowered my head, and finally shed a tear for him, for my 14 years. From then on, the storm passed. We were strangers. When accompanied Luna to the private hospital, he felt an unsettling unease in his heart. A very strange feeling. He was restless, as if something was disappearing. A newly departed private jet flew overhead. He took out his phone and called the maid. Is home? He instinctively asked the question. The maid quickly replied. Yes, madam is in the studio, she's been in there for a long time. Okay, send her dinner early, she didn't eat much at noon. Alright. And the herbal medicine I brought back, remember to make her drink it. The maid on the other end said okay. Marcus's anxious heart calmed down. Luna was complaining of pain again, and the doctor continued the examination. She reached for Marcus's hand, trying to hold it tightly. Marcus looked down at his phone. I have company business, I'm leaving first. Luna withdrew her hand, disappointed. Then when will you come again? Marcus glanced at her but didn't answer. It wasn't until midnight that Grace's disappearance was discovered. The housekeeper and maid stood before Marcus, sweating profusely. When I brought madam her dinner, the studio door was closed, I didn't dare to go in, so I put the food and medicine outside the door. I didn't know madam had already left, the maid said frantically. The housekeeper showed Marcus the surveillance footage. Half an hour after the driver dropped Grace off, Grace took a small suitcase and climbed over the back wall. She left decisively. She kept looking into the distance, never once looking back. Veins bulged in Marcus's arm as he dialed Grace's phone number. The number you have dialed is not in service. The robotic female voice echoed through the vast living room. Slam, Marcus smashed his phone. The others trembled, not daring to speak. The maid was surprised and confused. She didn't understand. Marcus clearly had another woman outside. Shouldn't he have wanted Grace to leave earlier? After all, her staying here was an eyesore. Marcus had been the same as before, requiring the maids to report everything Grace ate and wore. Now that Grace was gone, he looked like he was going crazy. Marcus arranged for people to search for her, but he didn't put much effort into it. Grace would come back. She wouldn't dare not to. I didn't know how Marcus found my new number, but he always had a way. After all, he was the head of the Haze. If he wanted to find someone, there were plenty who would deliver my information to him. Come back, he said succinctly. At that moment, I had just finished a day and a night of air travel. I stood at the airport, looking up at the planes coming and going in the blue sky. I replied with unusual calm. Come back for what? Marcus, we're divorced. It was just a fake divorce, I told you. One divorce paper means nothing. I won't go back. I paused. You can find my phone number, so you should also know where I've gone. Don't you dare go find him. Marcus roared furiously on the other end of the phone. He yelled in anger. If you dare to find him, don't blame me for being ruthless. Say something. I held my phone, listening to the person on the other end losing control. I saw someone running towards me from a distance. Marcus, my mother passed away. You can't threaten me anymore. Seaview City. Marcus swept everything off his desk. His heart suddenly tightened at Grace's words. Yes, a threat. If it weren't for her mother, who was in a vegetative state, why would Grace have stayed by his side for 14 years? Mr. Marcus. The secretary entered and saw files scattered everywhere and a shattered phone, and quickly cried out. Marcus's eyes were bloodshot, and a metallic taste filled his throat. What's going on with Margaret at the nursing home? Didn't I tell you to keep an eye on her? The secretary looked bewildered. She said nervously, what happened to her? Mr. Marcus, Ms. Margaret has the best doctor assigned to her at the nursing home, and they've always said her condition was very good. When I visited last week, the doctor even said she might wake up soon. She's dead. Marcus's hands trembled. He couldn't believe it, yet he had to. He contacted the nursing home using his office phone. His attending physician replied, Ms. Margaret had been declining for about a month, and your wife said she didn't want to disturb your work, so she asked us not to tell you about the worsening condition. 3 days ago, at 2 a.m., Ms. Margaret's bodily functions rapidly failed. During resuscitation, the new nurse contacted your wife, and by the time she arrived, Ms. Margaret had already stopped breathing. Your wife sent Ms. Margaret to the funeral home. She said she wanted to be the one to tell you about her mother's passing. Mr. Marcus, has something happened? The attending physician asked cautiously. Marcus hung up the phone. His vision blurred, and he almost lost his footing. 3 days ago was the night before the family dinner. No, a month ago, Margaret had already been declining. He hadn't known anything. Grace had intentionally kept it from him. She had been planning to leave him a month ago. The taut string snapped. The suspended stone fell from a height, shattering his heart into pieces. Mr. Marcus. The secretary saw Marcus suddenly collapse. She rushed over to help him. I settled in Paris. My childhood neighbor had become my business partner. even though I had once rejected his pursuit. He was still the same towards me, humorous and charming, always knowing the right boundaries. Grace, although I still like you, I'm a professional, so you don't have to worry about me letting my feelings affect our work, Ethan said with a smile. He appreciated my paintings, found exhibitions for them, and helped them be seen by others. When someone took an interest, I would earn money. After that, I began to think about collaborating with him. We could build a platform to provide opportunities for many high-quality artworks to be showcased. Ethan had the capability, and I could help him too. Ethan and I worked smoothly together. My best friend Chloe called me from back home. Marcus is going crazy looking for you. He seems to have lost your phone's location, and he's forcing me to tell him where you are, but I told him I don't know. You don't know what he looks like. He's unkempt, like a shell of a man. But belated affection is worth less than dirt. You take good care of yourself out there. If you're well, I'll be at ease. Chloe was far-sighted. When I was about to go abroad, she refused to know my destination. She said, as long as I truly don't know, Marcus won't be able to get anything out of me, no matter how hard he tries. I sighed. He won't look for me. He definitely will. He'll look for you. He's madly in love with you. I didn't know why Chloe thought that. She had witnessed Marcus's infidelity, witnessed his coldness towards me. Yet she still believed Marcus was deeply in love with me, and that my every move affected him. After I hung up with Chloe, I immediately went to see Ethan. He lived next door to me. Did you erase my tracks? I asked. He was the only person around me who could prevent Marcus from tracking me. Ethan nodded. He smiled, like a gentle breeze, as tender and doting as he had been when we were children. Yes, I thought you probably didn't want to see him again. Indeed. I said softly, thank you. No need to thank me. Actually, I'm making your favorite beef stew with potatoes, the kind without cilantro. Want to try some? Okay. I wanted to give him a chance. And I wanted to give myself a chance too. So I wasn't averse to Ethan's approach. Chloe called me many times. With a hint of schadenfreude. Marcus is going crazy looking for you. He's neglecting his work, being crazy all day, and the entire company and social circle know his wife ran away. Oh no, his ex-wife ran away. I heard he's even looking for many classmates and friends you've chatted with. Someone in the group chat said Marcus's relationship was a forced union, and after 14 years, you finally managed to escape. Some people also said you were heartless, but I chewed them out. Those who know better understand that Marcus was the one who kept a mistress outside first. Chloe recounted vividly. Every day she gave me real-time updates on Marcus's situation. She said she was more choked up about it than I was. I listened to her words. Marcus is here again, I have to hang up. Chloe quickly hung up. Then I heard a familiar male voice from her end. Are you on the phone with Grace? Chloe said Marcus had latched onto her. He believed Chloe knew my whereabouts, so he relentlessly sought her out every day. Chloe remained tight-lipped. Marcus wasn't to be trifled with either. He put pressure on her family's company, forcing Chloe to go to his company to seek a collaboration. People from Hayes saw her coming and going, and started spreading rumors. They said Marcus and I were having an affair, and Luna heard about it, so today she came to the company to catch us in the act. I slapped her. Many people in the company were watching, and I cursed her, called her a despicable wretch. I said, you were starving in the mountains. If Grace hadn't pitted you and sponsored you, would you be where you are today? You act like a saint while sleeping with her husband, you forced her out, you're a shameless mistress, and you still dare to catch us in the act? You dog. Chloe took off her high heel and threw it at Luna's head. Seeing approach, she threw the other shoe too. She was furious and indignant. Marcus, you want me to tell you where Grace is? You're dreaming. I always knew you weren't a good person, but I never thought you weren't even human. When you were with Luna, did you remember the vows you made to Grace all those years ago? You remembered nothing. Go to hell, both of you. In the video, Chloe spoke very quickly but clearly. It was a testament to her excellent speaking skills, a product of her PhD in journalism. The people in the video whispered among themselves. Marcus's forehead was bleeding from where he was hit. His face was dark. After finished her tirade, he said, Grace was the one who wronged me first. Pfft. How did Grace wrong you? 14 years with you, 10 years married to you, how did she wrong you? Marcus said nothing. Chloe then casually picked up another cup and threw it at his head. The video ended. Chloe said on the phone, in the end, I put 2 dents in his head, and someone called the police and took me away. I still regret not hitting him more times. But it's strange, I was released again that afternoon. Anyway, Grace, I really got some revenge for you. Are you happy? I listened to her playful tone. She made me laugh. Happy. Thank you. But don't get into conflicts with him again, I'm afraid you'll get hurt. Why would I get hurt? I'm not afraid at all. I was silent, then I gave her my address. Chloe, next time Marcus comes looking for you, tell him where I am, and tell him to stop pressuring your company. I don't want to. Don't worry, I also want to see him. The next day, as I came out of the studio, I saw Marcus. He had lost a lot of weight, his complexion was sallow, and his face was drawn with exhaustion. He was wearing a black trench coat, his hair gelled, trying to maintain a dashing appearance. When he saw me, he hurried over. Grace, it's very cold here. Will you come home with me? Marcus looked anxious and uneasy. I stepped back, not wanting to be too close to him. Marcus, we're divorced, stop harassing Chloe. I just want to know how you are. What's the point of knowing? I'm here to take you home. Just as he finished speaking, his phone rang. Luna cried on the phone, Uncle, so many people on the internet are cursing me. I can't take it anymore. I'm really scared. Someone even dug up my elementary school photos. All my contacts from school are cursing me, and people in my village are being interviewed by Entertainment News. Uncle, I'm still pregnant. If this continues, Luna's crying went on endlessly. Marcus listened, his expression deepening. He grew more and more impatient. Get an abortion, and leave Grace and my home. What? What did you say? Luna was incredulous. Get an abortion. No. I won't leave you, I'll die. People outside are laughing at me. I really don't want to. Someone will arrange the surgery for you in an hour. Marcus hung up. The phone rang again. He kept hanging up and then blocked the number. I watched the drama unfold, then walked around Marcus. I didn't want to say anything more to him. Now you know where I am, so don't bother Chloe anymore. You can look for me if you want, but I'm telling you this, I have a boyfriend. Marcus froze. He looked as if he'd been struck by lightning, his face deathly pale. Is it Ethan? I looked at his exhausted, drawn face. Yes. I knew it. Marcus suddenly grabbed my wrist, pulling me towards him. He lowered his head, looking down at me, and with a trembling voice, he squeezed out words laced with bitterness. When did you two start contacting each other? Have you been in touch all these years? I forcefully pulled my hand away. Marcus's grip was too tight, it hurt me. He was trapped in his own emotions, accusing me. You say I wronged you, but did you ever treat me right? 14 years, you never had a shred of sincerity towards me. Ethan and I only reconnected 3 months ago, and there was nothing between us, ever. If I didn't truly love you, I wouldn't have married you. I met his gaze, and said calmly, you don't believe me. All these years, every argument was about Ethan. Even when my body was affected by the ectopic pregnancy and I didn't want to get pregnant again, you thought I just didn't want to have children for you. You thought I wronged you, that I didn't have you in my heart. You're right, I don't now. The moment you slept with Luna, it was completely gone. Marcus listened to me, stunned. His pupils contracted at my last sentence. His apple bobbed, trying to find the slightest trace of a lie on my face. Now, he was certain. I truly didn't love him anymore. An overwhelming panic enveloped Marcus. Suddenly, he began to apologize. I was wrong, Grace, I was wrong. I just thought you didn't love me. I wanted to make you jealous, wanted you to argue with me. That's why I got involved with Luna. I truly know I was wrong. I pushed away his outstretched hand. The sharp, resonant sound seemed to echo the slap he had given me not long ago. Marcus seemed dazed for a moment, then took out a bracelet from his pocket. He frantically tried to put it on me. This is our token of love, Br. Acelet, how could you just leave it on the studio table? Let me put it on you, let's go home, okay? He forcefully grabbed my hand, trying to push it onto my wrist. I struggled, and he gripped me even tighter, but was acting like a madman, muttering incessantly. You can't stop loving me, my dearest Grace, how can you stop loving me? Let's go home, everything will be fine once we're home. We can start over. We can't start over. I screamed, using all my strength to shake him off. When struggling wasn't enough, I resorted to kicking and biting, finally freeing myself from his grasp. I gasped for breath. We should have broken up long ago. The bracelet fell to the ground. Marcus's face was ashen. He looked down at the bracelet that had just broken. His breath hitched. How did it break? My custom-made, best bracelet, how could it just break? It was as if he was saying, how did our relationship fall apart? But in truth, our relationship had ended for good, valid reasons. I closed my eyes, wanting nothing more to do with him. Marcus, you're not an unreasonable person. I genuinely don't love you anymore. Please, don't look for me, and don't go after anyone close to me. Impossible. What? Marcus's eyes darkened as he murmured softly. His gaze fixed on me, as obsessive as when he first pursued me. I won't let you be with Ethan. You're mine. Goosebumps prickled my skin. Marcus was even more unstable than I'd thought. He lunged at me, grabbing hold, and despite my struggles, he forcefully shoved me into the car. He bound my hands with a ripped-off hair tie. Then he found another rope and tied my legs, leaving me unable to move. He threw me into the passenger seat and started driving. I was frantic. Marcus, what are you doing? Are you kidnapping me? Marcus ignored me. He started the car immediately and made a phone call. Arrange a private jet for an hour from now. I'm going back to Seaview City. The person on the other end respectfully agreed. I was Yes. This is illegal. Let me go. I'm just taking you home. Marcus didn't respond no matter how much I shouted, only pressing down harder on the gas pedal. I was tied up and couldn't move. The car sped up, and I felt like I was floating. My heart pounded. I had a premonition something terrible was about to happen. I realized I needed to calm Marcus down first. Please calm down. Can we talk about this properly? Marcus ignored me. His lips were a tight, grim line, and he stared straight ahead, driving with intense negative emotions. I heard the wail of police sirens behind us. Ethan must have realized I'd been forcibly taken. I swallowed hard, trying to keep my panic in check. Stop the car, I'm scared. We'll be there soon. Marcus's voice was hoarse, almost a whisper. My heart continued to race. In a flash, a car suddenly burst out from the right intersection. My eyes widened, watching the equally speeding car rapidly approach. I opened my mouth, but no terrified scream escaped. A hand covered me. Marcus had thrown his whole body over mine, shielding me firmly. Crash! The car flipped. Moments later, a pillar of fire erupted from the car. My memory began to blur. All I remembered was someone's pained hands cupping my face as I reeled from the impact. Grace, wake up, get out of the car. I didn't move. The smell of burning gasoline stung my nostrils. Get up, get out. Cough. I was pushed towards the flung-open car door. Then someone dragged me out of the car. The next moment, Ethan was holding me in his arms. Flames shot skyward. Marcus was still inside. Marcus had suffered burns over 90% of his body. He lay in the ICU for over 30 days, with no improvement. His condition was worsening. Eleanor called me repeatedly. Marcus has been calling your name in the ICU, Grace. Your mother is begging you. Please, will you go see him? The doctors say he probably won't make it through the night. Your mother knows he wronged you, but for the sake of how much he once loved you, will you go say goodbye? I thought of Marcus in his youth. He would do anything for me. His love for me was so fierce, he was willing to make enemies of everyone. His intense passion for me made me feel happy and proud. Back then, his jealousy was endearing. I rejected other suitors in front of him, stopped associating with the childhood friend who had helped me so much, and dedicated myself entirely to him. I thought we would be together forever, that we would grow old together. Until someone said. When I accepted Marcus's pursuit, it was precisely when my mother was in a car accident that left her in a vegetative state, requiring a large sum of money and resources. That person joked that money talks. It even made a principled woman like me compromise my values. Marcus beat up the person who said it. But he changed after that. He became convinced that I wasn't truly in love with him. He grew cold, then his attitude turned cruel. Little by little. Until he got together with Luna and slept with her. Everything became irreparable. I didn't go see Marcus the day he died. Many people from the Hayes family contacted me, but I ignored them all. Someone on the phone called me heartless. Some grieved and blamed me for Marcus's death. I just sat on the couch and ate an apple. To mark the end of my entanglement with Marcus that had spanned so many years. It had started with an apple. And it should end with an apple. Perhaps when he gave out holiday gifts to the whole class on Christmas, everyone else just got a single apple, but mine came in a gift box. I should never have accepted it. Luna was forced to have an abortion by the Hayes family and then kicked out. She thought that by carrying Marcus's child, she could secure her place as Mrs. Hayes. She didn't realize that wealthy families are a den of vipers. With Dad, there were plenty of people vying for his position. There was no way they'd let her carry on his bloodline. Chloe was getting a manicure while video calling me. She sighed. The news of Luna being kicked out of the Hayes family went viral online, and her infamy spiked again. What did she expect? She's known as a notorious homewrecker now. I heard her biological parents found her. They knew she had married into a wealthy family, and they were dragging her around in the street, seemingly demanding money from her to buy her brother a house. She claimed she had no money, so her parents stripped her clothes off, intending to sell them. Now, who knows which bridge she's hiding under. I listened to Chloe's news while working. When I was hurt, she was even angrier than me. Now, those who harmed me were getting their comeuppance. She was even happier than me. I was so grateful to have such a good friend. Chloe kept talking, then added, "How are things with you and Ethan? I heard he's remained faithful to you all these years. You still haven't said yes to him?" I smiled. I pulled open my collar slightly, letting her see the hickey on my neck. "What do you think?" Chloe started jumping and screaming. She excitedly spun around a few times and gave me a thumbs up. I returned her smile. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your perspectives, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.